Okay, so let's now talk about everything you need to succeed in achieving a lash service for your client. Okay, so I have my handy dandy case here. As you may see, I bought this case. It comes in four hard case. It has like it comes in 4 levels, so it's a roll-on. But this one, my first 2 levels of this case is actually all my lash supplies, and then the bottom 2 levels of the case is also my beauty, my cosmetology supplies. So this is the case I found it on Amazon. It's really good, very sturdy, very handy. I recommend that you have this in case you are a traveling stylist, or just in case you a traveling lash artist, or you want to just pack up your things at the end of the night and you want to take a few things home. Then I recommend that you have this case as well, or a case similar to it. I found it on Amazon, like I said, for $100, and it's really handy and really good. So let's open up what we have here, and I'm going to tell you some things that I have in this case that I know will allow you to achieve a lash service, whether it's for training or on a more high-end professional level. These are some things that I know you will need or will benefit you later on after the course is done and over with and you're certified. Okay, so we ought to open this up here. So in this lesson you will see things like the jade stone, the flocks, and the silicone pad. I have all those things, a hydrometer, a nanomister, and things like that. I have all those things here. So first thing is the silicone lash strip holder. This is really good. It holds the lash strip on it because the lash strip is sticky, so it's removable. But you know, this is for training purposes. But the video that we had prior to this regarding your lash towels and things like that, you are supposed to cut it with a blunt razor, a very sharp razor, and you're supposed to cut it into small rectangular shapes for each client, so that you won't be double dipping or double going back and infecting, or you know, causing bacteria and things like that to go into your lash tray. So to keep everything sanitized and everything healthy, and keep your clients healthy and keep yourself healthy, we recommend that when you start using or doing lashes on humans, we recommend that you remove it just like you've seen in the video with the razor, and cutting it and then applying it to the silicone pad, which is really good because it also helps out with the wrist. Because when it's time for you to take or make a fan or take a lash off of this, because the surface is so soft and so pliable, and so and it also allows your wrist to be able to pick up and things like that without you having to overextend or overwork your wrist. This is something that you need. You can find this on Amazon as well. It's really silicone-y, and if that's the word, and yes, it's really good. It's a must-have. You also have the tiles that's glass. Okay, this is really good, you know, as well. It also allows you to clean the surface and keep everything sanitized and everything, you know, clean and disinfected and things like that. This is good. I don't really use it that much. I really rarely use it, and because I need something that's a little bit more, you know, I need space. I need to be able to wrap or lay my strip over, my lash strip over it, without me having to overwork my wrist. So this is something for, you know, those lash artists that want something a little bit more harder. They also have it in marble and things like that. You could also find, you know, little lash pad things as that, you know, on, you know, different companies sell them for themselves, their own type of branding and stuff like that that's on it and things like that. So we have our jade stone. I'm going to open it up. This is real. We prefer that you use jade stone because it keeps the lash glue cool without it over drying and things like that. So this is a jade stone. Really good. Okay. A must have. I use the jade stone with the a sticker. It's easy cleanup. You know, you're not double dipping all over the jade stone. You could also sanitize and disinfect your jade stone as well. But I like to use a sticker on it as well that you could use. Drop a glob of glue, a small droplet of glue on it, and you could be able to work off of that. And then when you're done, you could be able to remove it with the dried up glue, because glue really does dry really quick, especially if it's underneath the ring light. I noticed that it does dry fairly fast. So just for easy cleanup and things like that, and just to keep your jade stone clean without all that hard glue adhesive stuck to it, and you having to have to scrape it off or something like that, or acetone it off or something like that, you can also use the sticker. And then when the glue is dried up and you're ready to change that glue glob, you could also just take the sticker off and just literally throw it away as such. Jade stone, where is that? Must have. Okay, and that's a must. That's on the list. But it's just something so you can see what it looks like. You can find a jade stone from any professional lash company, or you can find it on Amazon as well. I have my tweezers, okay, which is a must-have. Tweezers. It's all about finding the perfect classing. Each tweezer, we will get into that as well. Each tweezer has its purpose, okay? Each tweezer has its own purpose, okay? You have your mirror that allows you to look under the lashes to see if everything is lined up, making sure everything is, the adhesive is actually cured and things like this. This is really good to double check your work, okay? But yes, so, and also, we're going to talk about that, but let's stick to the tweezers. The tweezers are what you need to isolate and to place, okay, the lashes onto the natural, lashes that go to the natural lash, okay? Now, some of my tweezers here that I have here is 24 karat gold. Now, when I say 24 karat gold, tweezers are the best. I'm telling you, they're the best because they don't rust. Because when it's time for you to sanitize and disinfect and all of those good things, you have to have tweezers that's not going, the paint is going to chip. And that's going to cause irritation to the eyes in the long run. So you want to have 24 karat gold tweezers, or gold plated tweezers that's chip resistant. Because if you don't have a chip resistant tweezer, you don't invest in some good tweezers, okay, like these. I found these on Amazon. Over time, this is just for training purposes or practice purposes. I would not recommend you use things like this. Even though they're cute, they're pretty, they're very unicorny, very fantasy looking, right? These things will cause an issue in the long run. This is my isolation tweezer, okay? This is good for isolate because you see the point. We're going to get into the tweezers or what tweezers are for, which tweezers is for what. But this is a boot tweezer. This is really good for you know how the girls do on Instagram with the what social medias and stuff like that. You know, they love to do the the hands and stuff like that, so that you could have a good look, due to the camera focusing. But see, things like that, these type of tweezers and stuff like that, you want to have a tweezer that's chip resistant. You want to have a tweezer that will not erode, okay, when it comes to you succeeding in the end as a professional lash artist. You want to have backups as well in case something falls, a tweezer falls on the floor. You cannot pick it up and use it on the client's eye after that until it's clean, sterilized, and properly sterilized and ready to use for that client. If not, you need backups. So yes, these are good classic tweezers. Okay, these are classic tweezers. These are really good for great isolation and things like that. They're sterling silver, and yes, they're good for isolations and, you know, picking up. This is a good one to help pick up. Okay, you see that? That's a good one to help you pick up the individual lash and, you know, isolate it and then put it onto the lash and things like that. So that's really good to have. Makes very good sense to have great tweezers, because you want to invest in what you have in the long run, because you don't want to have to keep going out there spending money unnecessarily, when you could just go ahead and just invest the right way, get it done, and do what's best for you and your business, because that's what it's all about. Okay. You definitely need plenty of markers or a good writing pen. I have some here. I bought these from Amazon. I bought a lot of things from Amazon. You know, I'll get that a little bit later on. These are good because little nice writing, whether it's the fine tip or the, you know, the bulky Sharpies, you need these type of markers when it's time for you to do the designing of the look onto your iPads, okay, your gel pads for your client, okay, because you want to see where it's good. It takes years for you not to have to do the iPad designing, and we will talk about that. And these are the iPads here, okay, all right. And you go to, you know, write your design onto the iPads. You might see a lot of, you know, those type of images of, you know, when the iPad is on the client and then they have the numbers and the lines going down like that. You need a good writing pen for that, because you want to make sure that you are putting the lash in the right place in order for you to achieve the look that you're going for. So that's a must. That's a definite must to have. Okay. And then, let me put this away for a moment. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, let's put this there. All right. Then we have, let's put this back. I want to make sure everything is where it belongs. When I want to find it, you could be able to find it. Okay. Then we have our, let's see. We have our mascara wand, and then we have our flocks. Okay, the mascara wand is great. You want to use this. Okay, you want to use this when it comes to you making sure that the lashes is brushed through before, after, and during your lash services. Okay, you performing your lash procedures. Then this flocks is good for cleaning the lashes as well as removals. Okay, the removals of the lashes. Okay, those are good for that. Those are a definite must. I would recommend, highly recommend that you buy them in bulk, the wands and the flocks. Okay, you want to always have those, because you always going to need them. Always going to need them. Always going to need them. Okay, it's a must-have. Must-have. Okay, you have your tape. Okay, your surgical tape, which is good to actually get into those inner small lashes there for whatever ones that could be able to be lashed. Those little natural lashes that will require for you to use maybe like a 7mm, between a 7 and a 9, or 7 and 8 millimeter. You want to be able to use this tape to bring the eye over so that you can get it to those small little lashes. Okay, must have. And then it also is good for holding the iPad onto the eye as well, underneath the eye as well. Okay, moving on. You know, I want to just get a brief introduction to some of the products that you will need. All right. Put that there. All right. See, and please don't think that because I have the lash strip here, I put it up here just to show you all what this is for. I'm not using this on a client, so please don't think I'm using this open like this in my case on a client. I'm not. Okay, never would I ever. Okay, so we also have the Nano Mister, which you will fill up with water. It comes with, you see that, and it misses out water, and it also has a mirror. Okay, it also has a mirror here that you could be able to use also to see underneath those lashes as well. But you fill it up with water. Take the top off. You pour water in it. I would recommend that you use, you know, filtrated water. You could use your tap water as well, but you're spraying it against the eye. So, you know, I want you to have at least a big gallon of water or something like that. You want to have the water to be clean. I don't whatever you have, use it as far as water, but I personally recommend you have some type of, you know, distilled or filtrated water that you can put, because you're actually placing this around, spraying it across the eyelid where the lashes is, and then when you turn it on, and then it has like a nice little airy mist of water that you would spray or rotate across the eye so that you could be able to cure that glue faster. And it also stops some of the irritants from the fumes of the lash glue. Okay, so this is good. This is a must. You must use the Nano Mister after completing your service, and to cure it, to cure that glue, that adhesive glue, and also to help out with any irritation, to avoid irritation in the end for your client when they leave. Okay, so that's a must-have. Okay, so we have here a glue valve. Okay, this is really good to have for your glue. Okay, you want to open it, and then you want to put your little glues inside of here, and it helps preserve the glue, keep the glue healthy, keep the glue strong, keep the glue fresh for longer periods of time. And yes, it's a really good investment, because normally we recommend that you keep your glue inside of a cool place. Maybe, like, I think some glues also require you to put it into a refrigerator setting, but this will be good because it keeps it fresh, sealed, and it also preserves your glue bottle for a lot longer. I mean, preserve your glue, your adhesive, for a lot longer. Okay, I'm gonna put this back here. And you can find that a lot of, you know, professional lines, lash companies have the glue valve. That's a must-have. That's a big thing. Your glues, your glue strips, I like to use these for, you know, your glue drops. Okay, when you drop that glue, when you're ready to drop, I like to use it on a piece of sticker and then stick it to the, I like to put the sticker onto the J-stone and then put the glue on top of the sticker that's on the J-stone. Okay, this is really good. It's a must-have. You can find it on Amazon or I would say any Amazon or any company that actually sells it. Okay, any company that sells the lash products, they probably 9 times 10 have the glue, the little stickers. Okay, and this is what I call the lash pads, not eye pads, lash pads. So this here would allow you to clean the valve of your lash glue tip to keep it from clunking up, drying out, and you always want to keep the tip of your glue bottle clean where the glue is coming out of, because if you don't, you're going to be spending a lot of money unnecessarily on fresh glue, because it's great that you replace your glue, I think, every 30 days, but you also want to take your glue drop that you dropped on the client and you want to change that every 15 to 20 minutes. So it's good to have a timer there, because that glue is very expensive depending on where you're going to get it. I would not recommend that you buy glue from Amazon unless if you're practicing on a mannequin, buy it from Amazon, right? But if you're practicing on a client, I recommend that you purchase professional lash glue from a professional lash company. Okay? All right. And then it's great to have lash strips to practice with your mannequin, on your mannequin head. Okay? Lash strips on a mannequin head, not for your client. We are professionals, and we need to do lashing on natural lashes. For the sake of this training, we recommend that you have lash strips as such to practice on when it comes to applying it to your mannequin head. Okay? All right. Let me put that here. All right, let's see what else I have here. Primer. Primer is where it's at, so definitely have some primer on hand. Primer is good if your client has oily lashes and you want to kind of like give it a good clean, a good slate, a clean slate. Primer is where it's at. Every client don't need primer. Every client, if you have oily lash clients, or I want to say you don't need primer on a client who has brittle lashes. Okay. Primer actually might work for clients who have brittle lashes, but you know, I'm going to double check that, but for sure, you definitely going to need primer for certain clients. So it's good to have that handy as well. Also, you want to, if you have, so you have a hydrometer, which is really good, okay, for keeping up with your humidity and your temperature in your room, which is going to literally help you out and benefit you in the end to have a hydrometer. Mine, I removed the battery out of it to save the battery life, okay, because it will stay on. It doesn't have an off button. It has a reset button, but it doesn't have an off button. And it will tell you the temperature in the room, the moisture levels, and things like that, which is really good for you to have. That's a must. Like I said, then you have the lip gloss wands as well. Okay, the lip gloss wands as well, which are really good for lash removal. Okay. I'm sorry, for cleaning the lashes, making sure all the dirt and the gunk and everything like that. But you also going to need lash shampoo, and then you're also going to need a lash shampoo brush. You must always, we recommend always shampooing and cleaning the lashes before you start a service. It's all about hygiene, and in the end, you want your work to look good, and it's all about making sure you have that lash is looking good. This is a brush, okay? And you want to kind of like use the lash shampoo, okay, to clean that lash really good. And you know, you want to make sure you have a clean slate when it comes to making sure that lash is clean. You know, I'm trying to find my lash shampoo. The lash shampoo you can find most of these big professional lash extension companies, they have lash shampoos. I can't find my lash shampoo. Isn't that funny? But yes, this, you pump a little bit of the lash shampoo onto a closed eye, and then you use this to kind of like go around the eye to actually clean the natural lashes of the client before you apply your service. You know, you want to use a fan to dry it after you wash it with the shampoo and stuff like that. Use a little water, sterile water, not really sterile, more so on some good filter water inside like a little squirt bottle to clean up that eye from the shampoo and things like that. The shampoo, most of these formulas are tear free, so it will not burn your client. Okay, there are really good formulas out there, and you want to use the brush, clean it, you know what I'm saying, use a little water, take a nice little cloth or something to clean that eye up from the water, from the soap and everything, you know, squeaky clean that eye. Those lashes really good. And then you use a fan, a handheld fan, to, you know, dry that eye up a little bit so that it won't be super wet. And yeah, and then you start applying those lashes. Okay. I'm hearing a lot about bonders out here. The bonder, it's good because of the fact that, excuse me, can you turn that down, please? Turn it down. I have children, and I'm trying to get this going and things like that. Let me have it, please. Turn it down. Turn it down. You know, he's here. He wants to see mommy work, you know. We have the glue dot. So the bonder is good to help accelerate the glue, to help cure the lashes, and it also allows that lash to be able, those lashes to stay longer. Yeah, and it also kind of like cuts down some of the fumes and some of the adhesives that's out here, especially if you have clients with sensitive eyes. I never used the bonder before, but I'm hearing that's a big thing now. A lot of people are asking about the bonders, and do you need the nano misters for, you know, to help, you know, boost that bonder and things like that. I never use a bonder. I just use adhesive, maybe some glue accelerator, and which allows you to help that glue to cure a little bit faster. It depends on the type of glue you're using and the type of moisture that's in the air. If the air is dry, depending on the season and stuff like that, there's certain things that you could do. You don't want to use glue that cures too fast. That means you have to work faster. That might take months to years to do. So you want to be able to patient glue that will allow you to work effectively and cure effectively out of your glue, and your client can get the best out of their service. So this is glue dots that I found. This is good to kind of like stick things to your table without it falling off, and it actually let me see, because I want to show you what this glue looked like. So this is some lash, you know, some you see that, and I use it to kind of like for training purposes, if I'm just, you know, practicing and things like that, or if I'm, you know, showing clients, not clients, when I'm showing my students how to keep things from falling onto the floor from off your lash tray and things like that. This is a good way to keep your jade stone onto the table. This is not touching the client's eye and things like that. It's just for you to, you know, put it onto the table, place the jade stone in, so that jade stone won't be shifting every time you go and, you know, dip your glue and things like that. So this is really good. And I need to clean this. So this won't be going back into my case until I clean this. So there's a lot of things, okay, that are, you know, must-haves that you need to have as a lash artist to succeed in, you know, in great lash work, and to keep your clients coming back. Some women use magnifying glasses so that they can get a really good look at those small fiber lash extensions, and to see the client's lashes to make sure that you are isolating correctly. This is what I have. It goes onto the head. It has a strap. You put it onto the head, and then it has magnifying glasses, okay, for different eye strengths, okay, and you put it on, and then the magnifying glass gets connected here, so it's like looking right into, you know, right above the eye, so you can look kind of like where my glasses are sitting. And then this light here will allow you to get a great bird's eye view of what you're looking at. This is really good. Okay, I found this on Amazon. It comes in handy. I wear glasses, and you can also wear these with your glasses as well, so you can really get a good look at what you're doing. So these are just a few things that I have that I think will benefit you, just so you can get a close-up look, a more in-depth look of what these items look like. So when you go and purchase them, you know exactly what you're looking for. My what do you call it? My cool what is it called? Sheesh. I'm just like I'm just like speechless and lost for words right now. Sheesh. The humidifier. The Cool Mist humidifier. It works great with this, with your lash adhesive, your lash adhesive glue. So you definitely need that, so that you could keep that air at a great level of moisture, because the glue works with moisture. So you refer back to your lash adhesive lesson and topics, and you could see why that you need a humidifier. You need one. I would recommend a Cool Mist humidifier. You have pictures there that you could be able to see what a humidifier is and what it does, and the definitions are there for you. So I greatly appreciate you watching and seeing what is needed to succeed and be able to do a perfect lash procedure on a client. So I hope to see you in the next few lessons, and thank you again. Bye bye.